Hello Hoops fans, welcome back to your favorite basketball channel, Latest Hoops. We knew you'd be back for more because we've been dropping some quality content these past few weeks. Well, don't worry because there's tons more where that came from. With the NBA trade deadline fast approaching, today we're going to take a look at a potential trade involving the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Los Angeles Lakers. We're pretty sure that LeBron James and the Lakers are after a third big piece to shore up their status as championship favorites this season. That is particularly true given the three-headed hydra the Nets management team have assembled in Brooklyn. The Lakers and James will want as many shots at the ring as they can get in the 4 or 5 years LeBron has left in the game. They will also want to ensure the franchise is in a position to remain competitive when King James does eventually decide to call it quits on perhaps the greatest career in the history of the league. With that in mind, adding an elite big man like Andre Drummond would go a long way towards ticking both of those boxes. We think he has a lot to offer the Lakers, and the deal makes a lot of sense for both sides when you really look at it. But before we go into the details of the deal, there are a few details you need to know about a giveaway the Latest Hoops team is running. We're giving away a free PS5 with NBA 2K21 and Madden NFL 21 included. All you need to do for a chance to win is subscribe to our Latest Hoops channel, turn on the notifications, like this video, and comment with your favorite potential Lakers trade. Once you've done that, you're in and could walk away as our lucky winner. Speaking of walking away a winner, both Cleveland and Los Angeles could do just that if they pull the trigger on a trade that brings elite big man Andre Drummond to sunny Los Angeles in return for some quality pieces courtesy of the Lakers. Of course, Drummond being bought out remains a possibility, so they may not need to trade for him after all. However, we think the big man has enough quality that a trade should be easy to negotiate and will be the preferred option for a Cavs side hopeful of some return for moving the big man. There is no doubt that the Los Angeles Lakers are hoping to build a dynasty team along the lines of the Golden State Warriors. It was obvious the moment they brought in AD to pair with LeBron James. The fact that AD signed a max extension and LeBron committed to 2 more years in LA shows that both players expect to be in the title contenders conversation for at least 2 more years. However, if they want to extend that time period and make it more of a certainty, they may well need a big third piece. That is particularly true because other contenders in the league have retooled ahead of this year's playoffs. The Milwaukee Bucks, Los Angeles Clippers, Philadelphia 76ers, and Brooklyn Nets all are looking like serious threats to the Lakers' crown. With that in mind, the addition of another quality player would go a long way to soothing any anxiety about the challenges being mounted by franchises around the league. Andre Drummond is exactly the kind of player they should be after. Given the logjam of front court talent in Cleveland, he is also more than likely available as a trade piece for the right price. In fact, we like the deal so much, we've taken a look at what a potential trade deal between these two teams could look like. The Cavs would be sending Andre Drummond to Los Angeles in return for Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. The Lakers would also likely have to throw in a first-round pick and maybe 1 or 2 second-round picks to sweeten the deal. The trade would also go a long way to fulfilling the current wants of each team. Los Angeles gets an all-star level center with elite rebounding and defensive capabilities. Harrell is undoubtedly a top role player in the league, but Drummond is better in almost every aspect and so is undoubtedly an improvement to the Lakers' starting lineup and roster. Drummond is also younger than Harrell. A pairing of Drummond and Davis could well last 4 or 5 years at a minimum, with both just entering their primes. The trade would allow the Lakers a shot at a dynasty over the next 4 or 5 years in the league, as well as keeping them competitive in the West when LeBron James calls it a day. A front court pairing of that quality will surely be an enticing prospect for superstars in the future when the Lakers do eventually need to fill the hole James will leave. Elite talent will be far easier to attract if 2/3 of a big three are already in place. As for the Cavs, they ease the logjam they currently have in their front court and also pick up a promising young talent, Kyle Kuzma, along with 2 NBA vets with serious defensive chops. I'm talking about Caldwell-Pope and Harrell. Sweetening the deal is the chance to find some more young talent to add to the plethora of good young players they already have. The Cavs are probably only 1 young diamond in the rough away from returning to relevance in the weaker Eastern Conference. A first-round pick, even a late one, could well land them that diamond given how stacked this year's NBA draft is. Young players, draft picks, and veteran contracts that are short-term are a rebuilding team's dream. Drummond is an elite player, but not a franchise cornerstone. The Cavs surely already know this and will be happy to move him in return for some added depth and the chance to pluck such a cornerstone from the many hopefuls in the NBA draft. Both teams should be keen to make this deal work. Given that it's relatively easy to work financially, there's little to stop the teams getting it done. The trade is also cross-conference, meaning neither team strengthens potential opposition in their respective conferences, which is always an added bonus and consideration when moving players of Drummond's ability. In truth, there are a few superstars around the league who the Lakers could go after. However, few are likely to be as readily available as Andre Drummond, and even less than that will be as young and have as much upside as the Cavs' big man. With that in mind, and the ever-shortening window of opportunity for LeBron to chase down the 6 rings he so desperately wants, we wouldn't be surprised if this deal materializes very quickly in the coming days. If it does, remember that you heard it here first. Thanks for watching, Hoops fans. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for your chance to win that PlayStation 5. And be sure to turn on notifications as well so you don't miss out on our latest videos as they drop. We've got a ton of juicy trades to discuss in the coming days as the trade deadline quickly approaches. There's no better place to get your must-see NBA content than here with us at Latest Hoops. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.